sound. Can you hear me now, Tara? Tara, are you able to hear me? Hi, Deb. Hope everyone can hear me. Is there sound now? Okay, great. All right. So I'm going to switch it back over to me, and I'll say again, welcome. It's Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. Not a day I'm usually on Mondays and Thursdays, but today's mystery stamping. So hopefully you did get the measurements. The measurements were in my Facebook page and also on the YouTube video description. Now, this video is going to live stream to both my Simply Cards by Kathi page and to my YouTube channel. It will not stream to my Simply Cards by Kathi group. And the reason being, Facebook is not allowing third-party apps like StreamYard or anything else to go into the group pages. So, and that's taken effect. It's supposed to take effect April 22nd, but it actually took effect early. So here's what we're going to do. And I'm kind of excited because I get to kind of sit here and relax and just give the clues, and you get to do the work tonight. When this video is over, I will post in my page about my card, which you'll see at the end, and saying what we did. And please post your cards there. I would love to see them. I love to see something other than my own. If you're in my Facebook group, please go ahead and post in there too. I will also have a post for you. I will also have a PDF download with the clues. That will be on my blog tomorrow. It will also be in my Facebook group. So if you aren't in the group, just go over and hit that join button. And there's some extra little things we do in there. It was just recently started, so it's ramping up slowly. All right, let's get started. Now, there is one correction. In your designer series paper, you had a measurement that said 1/2 by 1 3/4. It's 1 1/2. So if you need to recut that, take a moment and do that now. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat and I will answer them for you. So let's get started. You ready? All right, I am going to switch this over to our mystery stamping. And we're going to take this one out. Hi, Renee. Thank you, Susan, for joining, and Deb and Tara. Gosh, I'm so glad you're with me. Okay, we're going to get rid of this one. I'm going. All right, we're going to just add it back. You should be able to hear me. All right, sound on. I am actually looking into another program. Can you hear me now, Renee? All right, you should be able to hear me. I'm hoping. All right. So here's your first clue. The measurement that was incorrect was 1/2 by 1 3/4. It's 1 1/2 by 1 3/4. Here are additional supplies. Now remember, with the mystery stamping, what's fun about it is you all choose something different. That's why I'm hoping you'll share on the Facebook page or in the group. So I don't know what happened to this. So that's your first clue. Second clue, add the colored cardstock 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches to the front of your card base. Now, this is a portrait card, and your card base was 4 1/4 by 11. So you want to add the colored cardstock that's 4 inches by 5 1/4 to the front of the card base. When you're done with that, please put in the chat, in the comments, done with number 2. So I hope you've had a good week so far. It's been kind of hectic here, but it was a very pleasant week in some respects. We had a death of a very dear friend, more like family, and the family came in from out of town, and we had company from, they were with us here over the weekend and then with us from Sunday to today, and they left this morning. It was so good to see my dear friend, but it was a busy couple days. So when you're done with number 2, put done in the chat box. Okay. Let's go to clue number 3. Okay. You want to place your 4 smallest pieces of designer series paper on top of that colored cardstock layer that you just adhered to the base. Now, don't adhere them. And there are several ways that they can go. There's no right or wrong way. So take those 4 smallest pieces and just adhere them to, or lay them out. And you want to have some space completely around the edge of that 4 by 5 1/4 layer. You want to also have some space in between each of those 4 small pieces of cardstock. So take your time, and when you get done with that, leave me a comment and say, done number 3. I am excited to see what stamp sets you chose and what designer series paper you're using and what your cards will look like. And I'm really excited to show you my card too, to be honest, because to put this together, I actually followed the clues before putting the card together. Everybody doing okay? You still with me? Okay. All right. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to do this. I'm in Northeast Ohio, and we just had storms come through about an hour ago. So I was hoping the internet wasn't going to go out, and I was lucky. I actually made it. Okay. Okay, when you get done with clue number 3, please, even one person, put done with done with number 3. Hi, Carol. Thanks for joining. We are just getting started. The first clue was to take the 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of cardstock and adhere it to the front of your card base. And then once you did that, you're going to take the 4 smallest pieces of designer series paper on top of the colored and place them on top of the colored cardstock layer to see how you want to lay them out. There's no right or wrong way, and there's several ways they can go. Okay. Can someone let me know if you can still hear me? I'm not getting any comments that you're done with anything, so I'm worried you may not be able to hear me again. So, okay, thanks, Deb. I appreciate it. Anybody done with number 3? Oh, good. Okay, Deb, I'm glad you joined. Okay, Renee. Well, you'll be able to download it and get it so that you can do it whenever. All right, we're going to go to clue number 4. Okay. So, clue number 4 is now that you've arranged those 4 pieces, adhere them to that card front and remember to leave a border all the way around and in between the pieces. So it doesn't matter if you use multi-purpose glue or if you use stamp and seal or whatever. But now that you've arranged them, go ahead and adhere them down. Tomorrow night I'll be on as usual at 7 o'clock. I have a fun card to share with you. I'm actually looking forward to sharing that one also. Some tips and tricks on masking. So I hope you'll be able to join me. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing any comments. You're done. So I'm not sure how many are stamping. So I'm just going to go on to the next one. And if you are doing it with me and you're not done, please put a comment saying wait or whoa or I'm catching up. Okay, clue number 5. Stamp the sentiment on the basic white that's 3/4 by 3 1/4. And if you remember in the directions, or in the first clue rather, I did tell you the sentiment had to be able to fit on that 3/4 by 3 1/4. Okay, let's go to clue number 6. Now adhere that sentiment that you just stamped to the colored cardstock that measures 1 inch by 3 1/2 inches. So you're actually matting your sentiment. If you are making the card along with me, drop me a note, drop me a comment that says that you are. I'd love to know if you are stamping along. Okay, clue number 7. Stamp an image. Remember, you were to pick a stamp set on the basic white that measures 2¼ by 2¼ If you have to color or die cut the image, do that now. And we'll wait for you to give you a few minutes to get that done. So I'm looking for some other ways that we can engage live and stamp together. But mystery stamping, I had several messages from people saying, when were we going to do the next one? So that seems to be one that people really tend to enjoy. So we will do that at least once a month, so that we can stamp together. Or you get to stamp together. I must have bumped it and jumped ahead. All right, let's go to clue 8. Adhere that stamped layer to the colored cardstock that measures 2½ by 2½ with whatever adhesive it is that you're using. Once you have that adhered, those 2 layers adhered together, using dimensionals, add those combined layers to the card front, placing it in the center about a ½ inch from the top. This time when we did the stamping, I actually put these together on PowerPoint so they'd come up for you to read a little easier. So if you are here with me, I'd love to know if you think this is easier for you to follow along. Okay, all right, let's go to clue number 9. Using dimensionals, add the sentiment to the front of the card under the stamped image. That's good, Deb. I'm hoping. I wanted it to be easy. I was hoping it would be easy. Yet easy and hard enough that you couldn't figure it out, but easy enough that we could do it without anybody getting frustrated while we were doing it live. Okay, so you've added your sentiment to the front of the card. And now we're going to go to clue number 10. Adhere that large piece of designer series paper to the envelope flap and trim the excess off with snips. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, Deb. Well, hopefully this will help you. I'm hoping we all need that time when we need our mojo kind of needs a boost. I had that a couple weeks ago. Sometimes we just get tired and you need something to give you some fresh start. So remember, this no naked envelopes. So that larger piece was for your envelope flap. And then clue number 11 was up in the front, and don't ask me how that happened. So we're going to go all the way back. I'm going to back up, don't get dizzy. And I actually fixed that. On the basic white layer that's 4 by 5¼ stamp your inside sentiment and or an image, if you choose to, and then adhere it to the inside of your card. That's the last clue. So you can just stamp a sentiment. You can leave it blank if you're going to write a handwritten note, or you can stamp an image in the lower corner or wherever you choose to just kind of decorate that inside. Easy card. Yes, it was easy. So, all right, I'm going to bring you back to me for a minute. All right. I hope you had fun with that because I really had fun doing it. And easier card because I don't want this to be stressful. I really want it to be fun, something you can just kind of take a break and follow along. So are you ready to see my card? I'm going to show you mine. So let me switch this camera down. And here's my card. I used paper that actually will be retiring in just a couple weeks. And oh my gosh, what did I use? I used the Masterfully Made Designer Series paper. And I used that new Thoughtful Wishes bundle and just stamped a small floral image and die cut it. And there are some really cute distinct dies in there, and I cut those and I just put together my focal point. And oops, sorry. And I don't know if you can see, but then I did a lot of splatters. I'm going to bring it up a little closer with my Stampin' Write marker in Berry Burst. So there's the front of my card. And then on the inside, I just stamped a greeting. My greeting was from Unbounded Love. It's coming out in the new catalog. And I stamped that flower again in the corner. So that was my card for mystery stamping. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Please remember, you will be able to download the PDF with the clues. Thank you, Deb. And I hope you had fun. But that PDF with the clues will be available by tomorrow morning. I will have the link in this YouTube video description. If you're over on Facebook, I will be posting the card along with the information. And please share your cards if you made one tonight, or even if you go back and do it in a day or two, go back, find mine, post in the comments section. I'd love to see what you make. I really would. I just truly believe when we share our creativity, we inspire others. So I hope you have a great evening, and I'll be back with you tomorrow at my regular time. It's 7 o'clock. Have a great night, everybody, and I'll see you soon.